All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's wrestling action. Heartland Championship Wrestling proudly presents the pay-per-view broadcast, Dawn of Destiny 2021. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. It is great to be back in baseball season. It is great to have spring in the air. And our annual tradition is to run the pay-per-view broadcast of the spring corresponding to opening day at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, the town where I learned to love baseball. And we have already had two matches prior to the broadcast, which were very exciting. Dusty Rhodes made his return to action after being out with an injury suffered at the hands of Lex Luger. And it was Rhodes taking on Luger in a no disqualification grudge match. And Dusty Rhodes was successful. He pinned Lex Luger to gain a measure of revenge for the injury that put Dusty out of action for several months. Then we just finished up a very exciting Heartland Ladies Championship match, triple threat style, as Mercedes Martinez pinned cheerleader Melissa to win the Heartland Ladies Championship. The third member of that match was Kelly Klein, the previous champion. So Kelly Klein unfortunately loses her championship without being pinned, as it was Kelly who had Melissa dead to rights, but Mercedes came out of nowhere, speared Kelly Klein out of the ring, and then picked up the pinfall on cheerleader Melissa via the Fisherman's Buster to win the match. Coming up on tonight's broadcast, we have 3 championship matches and the annual Money in the Bank ladder match, and we will take you now to our first match of the broadcast, which is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Pro Wrestling Mid-America runs through Texas and St. Louis and Memphis in the former Central States and Texas areas. Bobo Brazil is your current and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Champion, and he is taking on Dr. Death Steve Williams in our first title match, as we say hello to Brandon Baker in the chat room in the Great American Ballpark here tonight for some wrestling action as we are ready to get things started. Bobo Brazil is defending his title against Steve Williams. This will be a no disqualification match, as these two already hooked up once. Brazil won that match by a disqualification after a brawl outside of the ring, but neither man was happy with that decision, and Bobo proclaimed himself to be a fighting champion and ready to defend the belt again against Steve Williams, and that match was signed here for tonight. And on the opening initiative roll, it is Bobo who takes control. And Bobo starts off with a front face lock, backing Steve Williams up a couple of steps. Bobo follows that up with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Williams, and on a roll of 10, that is a double clothesline. Both men are down. The man with the better clothesline, better ropes rating recovers first. In this case, they're even, so the advantage remains with the restaurant offense, which is Bobo Brazil. Bobo with a chance to do some damage now, and he is going to go for a death jump. Up to the middle turnbuckle goes Bobo. He comes off the middle turnbuckle, and on a roll of 11, he nails it. Bobo Brazil has nailed a flying clothesline off of the second turnbuckle. He's going to go for a quick cover here. We'll have a pin on Snake Eyes, but on a roll of 5, Dr. Death kicks out of that one, and the match will continue. Bobo Brazil quickly in control after that flying move off the middle turnbuckle. What's he going to do? He is going to go with the big bear hug and try and weaken Dr. Death. Dr. Death is being weakened, and Bobo is going to follow that up with a big body slam. Down hard to the mat goes Williams, and Williams is going to roll out of the ring onto the infield grass. Is Bobo going to follow? Yes, he is. And oh, on a roll of 4, it is Dr. Death who grabs Bobo by the leg, pulls him out of the ring, and smashes him hard onto the ring apron head first. Bobo is stunned, and Dr. Death now is in control. Dr. Death is going to follow that up. Out of the ring we go once again. And on a roll of 10, we're already going to the shenanigans chart. We've got ringside mayhem here. And on a roll of 5, it is going to be the use of a foreign object. How about this? What is Steve Williams going to pull out of his arsenal here? He is going to go to the ring steps. And we are going to have a gut check roll to see what's going to happen with this foreign object at the ring steps. As I have forgotten to bring over my 12-sided dice. As we say hello to Thomas Morgan. Welcome to Wrestling Action here in Cincinnati. As we are seeing a battle for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. And Bobo, the champion, will be represented by the Gray Dice here as they are battling over the steel ring steps. And on a roll of, let's see, Bobo gets a 6, Williams gets a 5, and he's already got a point of fatigue. So it is Bobo who takes control of the steel ring steps, and he smashes them onto the head of Dr. Death, Steve Williams. That's going to cost Williams another fatigue token, and there is no disqualification, so the match will continue. Back to the ring we go with Bobo in control. Bobo goes to the Cocoa Butt. He's going to try for a pinfall, that big headbutt. The pin roll is a 4 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Dr. Death kicks out of that one and kicks out with authority. Williams not ready to go down. Just one little bonk on the noggin with the ring steps isn't going to be enough to put an end to the night for Dr. Death. What's Bobo going to do now? He is going to go back to the middle turnbuckle for another death jump. And on a roll of 6, he nails it. It is a flying clothesline off of the middle turnbuckle, and down goes Williams to the mat once again. What's Bobo going to do now? He chokes him down on the ropes. Williams staggering to get to his knees as Bobo continues his attack. Here's a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dr. Death. And on a roll of 6, Dr. Death lifts a knee into the head of Bobo as Bobo charges into the corner. That's going to give control back to Dr. Death. He's going to go for a spine buster, but Bobo is too strong for that, and Bobo gets the level 2 reversal. Bobo back on the offense now. Another whip to the turnbuckle. Back into the corner we go. And this time on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Bobo that nails Steve Williams right in the gut, staggering Williams and knocking him back a few steps. Bobo looking good here tonight in his title defense. And he is going to go for a falling elbow drop. That's a choice move. And as we go to choice F, he is going to need a roll of 7 or lower to complete this move. And on a roll of 7, he hits it. And Williams is hurt. Williams up to one knee as Bobo maintains control. Bobo now with a big body slam. Down hard to the canvas goes Williams. Let's go Bobo, says Thomas Morgan at ringside. Bobo now with another whip to the turnbuckle. These guys working the corners. And this time, on a roll of 11. This is once again the better turnbuckle rating. Both are rated A. So now Bobo still in control. Now on level 3 offense. And Bobo is going to go back to the death jump. Back to the death jump we go. And on a roll of 6, he hit it again. Another flying clothesline off the middle turnbuckle. Has Williams down to the canvas. Bobo showing a surprising amount of aerial offense in what we expected to be a ground and pound battle of the big men. What's Bobo going to do now? Here's another Cocoa Butt. Pinned on a 5 or lower. But on a roll of 7, Dr. Death kicks out. That's 2 big Cocoa Butts that Steve Williams has survived, but Williams has accomplished very little in terms of offense in this match. Bobo goes to the choke on the ropes once again, wearing down big Steve Dr. Death Williams and costing him valuable oxygen. Bobo with another big body slam down hard to the mat and Williams rolls out of the ring. Action goes back out to the infield grass. And this time on a roll of 5, it is a brawl at ringside. It is the ringside brawl roll. Under normal circumstances, this would be a possible disqualification. In this case, it's just going to be the even-odd roll. Williams will win the brawl on a roll of even, and on a roll of 4, it is Williams who wins the brawl. Dr. Death now in charge. Back into the ring we go, and another out-of-the-ring roll from Dr. Death. Are we going to see more shenanigans? On a roll of 8, we will see ringside mayhem. This battle is heating up once again. And this time the ringside mayhem will bring us outside interference. Oh my goodness. One of the wrestlers brings in outside help. And on a roll of 4, that's going to be the heel, Dr. Death, bringing in outside interference in the form of Ted DiBiase. These men already have an alliance going along with Lex Luger. So Ted DiBiase comes to ringside and he is going to interfere. This is a no disqualification matchup, so DiBiase can get away with this as we go to the outside interference chart. Al Red Sox fan is here and Dave Gardner is here. Welcome, fellows, to Heartland Championship Wrestling. Happy Easter to Al Red Sox fan. On a roll of 9, it is DiBiase coming to the ring and distracting the referee and distracting Bobo Brazil. But the distraction is gone by the wayside, and after DiBiase is ordered out of the ring area and back into the visiting dugout, it will be the restaurant offense remaining on offense. In this case, that was Dr. Death, Steve Williams, who is in control. Williams maintains control, and once again, we're going to go with the standard out of the ring chart. And on a roll of 6, it is Bobo who grabs Williams and slugs him upside of the head. Bobo now in control. And Bobo with another cocoa butt. This is going to be another pinfall opportunity. Roll of 6 or lower. And dice spilling all over the place. And on a roll of 3, he got him. How about that? Bobo Brazil has successfully defended the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship in dominant fashion with a cocoa butt. So congratulations to your winner of the first match on Dawn of Destiny 2021 live pay-per-view broadcast, as Bobo Brazil, by way of the cocoa butt, wins the match and successfully defends the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Great match, says Thomas Morgan. Indeed it was. Lots of action there. Even the interference of Ted DiBiase could not turn the tide for Steve Williams in this match, and Bobo Brazil is your winner. So congratulations to Bobo. And next up we have another regional heavyweight championship match. This is for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Your champion is this man, Barry Windham, representing the Four Horsemen, and being seconded by J.J. Dillon. This rivalry with Curt Hennig has been heating up over recent weeks, as Hennig has signed on for his services with the very devious SoCal Val. That was a surprise that Hennig brought Val to ringside for his first challenge at the AWF title, and that one broke down very quickly into a massive brawl that ended in a no contest. And so this match was signed here tonight. Windham, of course, backed by the Horsemen. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard have been spotted in the ballpark, and they may make their presence known, but Curt Hennig is not here alone. He's got the likes of Rick Rude and Ernie the Big Cat Ladd at his disposal under the watchful eye of SoCal Val. So the wrestlers are in the center of the ring, and the managers are staring one another down as we get ready to get things started here in our next title match of the night. Barry Windham is going to throw down with Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. And the opening initiative roll goes to Mr. Perfect. Curt Hennig. Hennig with a cocky slap to the face. Windham not liking that. As Hennig comes back with an arm drag, takes Windham over. Windham is first to his feet. Windham follows up with a rake with a cowboy boot. That's nasty. And Hennig is not happy about that. This match is already showing some emotion as we say hello to Captain Carl 8 in the chat room. It is Windham in control after the boot rake, and Windham is going to try a drop kick. That is a choice roll, requiring a roll on choice E. And on choice E, we need a 9 or better. And on a roll of 8, Windham hits the drop kick. And Hennig didn't get all of it. And Hennig will be back on level 1 offense. And another cocky slap to the face from Hennig. Oh my goodness. Hennig is just trying to get under the skin of Barry Windham here. And he is doing a good job of it. Another slap to the face, and Windham is turning red with anger. What's Hennig going to do now? He goes for a series of punches. Windham fires back, and it is Windham with a knee drop that takes Hennig down to the canvas. Windham is now going to go for another drop kick. And on a roll of 8, he hits it. And Hennig is staggered backwards. Didn't get all of that one, but a body slam by Windham puts Hennig down to the canvas hard. Both men down. Once again, Hennig, the faster of the two men, gets to his feet. And another slap to the face. My goodness, I don't know what Curt Hennig is thinking. And now he's going to go with the whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Barry Windham, and on a roll of 6, it is a powerful flying shoulder tackle from Windham that takes Hennig down to the canvas. And it is going to be Windham attempting the inverted atomic drop. And on a roll of 7, he hits it. And Hennig is hurt. Windham's going to follow up with a power slam. And down hard to the mat goes Hennig. That shook the ring and shook Hennig. SoCal Val very concerned at ringside as Windham nails a brutal power slam. Windham is going to follow that up, and he's going to go to the figure 4 leg lock, trying to slow down Hennig, the faster of the two men. And Hennig is going to make his way to the bottom ropes to break the submission hold. And Hennig is just going to go out of the ring and take a break and have a conversation at ringside with SoCal Val. What's going to happen here on the arena floor? Roll of 11. Oh my goodness, that is not good for Hennig, as it is Windham who comes off with a spectacular dive off the apron and nails Hennig with a flying clothesline, and down goes Hennig on the infield grass. Hennig is down. SoCal Val just got out of the way of that flying clothesline. We could see a count out here on a roll of snake eyes, but Hennig makes it back to the ring. That does cost him a point of fatigue. Hennig in trouble. Windham follows up and goes with a high hanging vertical suplex, and down hard to the canvas goes Hennig. Hennig back to his feet, and he goes with another cocky slap to the face. My goodness, I don't know what Hennig is thinking here, but he keeps hitting that cocky slap to the face. Windham not at all happy about this, and Windham is going to go with a stiff punch with the black glove right to the side of the head. Hennig is going to fire back. Hennig with a series of punches. Windham firing back with a knee drop, and Hennig is staggered. Windham follows that up with a West Texas lariat. He got all of that one. And Hennig is down. Windham is going to go for a cover here. The pin is on at 3 or lower, but Hennig kicks out, and the match will continue. Windham in control after a couple of high-impact moves. A power slam and now a West Texas lariat, and Hennig is reeling. And here goes the Sweetwater Superplex. This is the finisher. It is a +1 finisher, so the pin roll will be 5 or lower. And we're going to see a distractor attempt from SoCal Val. And on a roll of 3, she is successful in distracting the referee to interrupt the cover. Val is now going to use her manager chart as Hennig has hit 3 fatigue tokens. And on a roll of 5, in desperation, SoCal Val pulls the referee out of the ring. The referee warns SoCal Val, and Hennig recovers and attacks the distracted opponent. So Val does her dirty work, and Hennig is now in control on level 3 offense. Still haven't heard anything from James J. Dillon yet, but Hennig is going to go for the Hennigplex. Out of nowhere, that is his finisher, and the pin roll here is a 4 or lower. Now we've got James J. Dillon on the ring apron, and he is able to successfully distract the pinfall, and nothing is going to happen for WINDHAM, and the match will continue with Hennig in control. So WINDHAM with the assistance of James J. Dillon. That's going to be, each manager gets 2 attempts during the course of the match. SoCal Val has used both of hers. Dillon has used 1. He's got 1 more interference up his sleeve. As Hennig is back on the offense, he is going to go now for the sleeper. Hennig working on the big man with the sleeper. Smart strategy to try and wear down the bigger competitor. And WINDHAM has been staggered. WINDHAM drops to 1 knee, and Hennig is going to go to the top rope for a death jump. WINDHAM is pretty good at avoiding these death jumps, but on a roll of 11, Hennig nails it. It is a superplex by Hennig off of the top rope and down hard to the mat. WINDHAM is down, and Hennig is in control. What's he going to do here? He's going to go once again to another death jump. And this time on a roll of 7, it is a flying drop kick off of the top turnbuckle. Missile drop kick by Hennig puts WINDHAM back down to the canvas. Hennig's got the momentum here as SoCal Val cheers him on from ringside. And now to the Hennigplex once again. The pin here is a 5. And James J. Dillon is going to use his final distraction. And on a 7, he does get the distraction. And now James J. Dillon has used both of his interference opportunities. Hennig still in control. He's got words for Dillon. SoCal Val now has words for Dillon. Back in the ring, Hennig goes to the axe. That big move that he inherited from his father. And WINDHAM is staggered, but WINDHAM is back on his feet. Hennig is now going to go with a running knee lift, and that staggers WINDHAM again. Hennig's got the momentum. He hits WINDHAM with a forearm hammer. Hennig remains on the attack. Here's another running knee lift, and WINDHAM is staggered once again, but will not go down. These two are battling it out in a very good match. And now Hennig is going to go for another running knee lift, and WINDHAM is staggered. WINDHAM keeps his feet as Hennig goes with another forearm hammer. And this time WINDHAM fires back, grabbing Hennig by the hair and again raking the cowboy boot painfully on the side of the face of Mr. Perfect. Hennig not very happy about that. And he hip tosses WINDHAM up, over, and down to the canvas. Good athletic move there by Hennig to regain the momentum. Here's a snapmare from Hennig, and WINDHAM goes down. WINDHAM back to his feet. Hennig with a chop to the chest. WINDHAM fires back and hits another knee drop. Good knee to the gut there by WINDHAM, giving him control. And here is a inverted atomic drop attempt by WINDHAM. He needs 8 or lower to connect on that. And on a roll of 10, Hennig is able to reverse his way out of that attempted atomic drop and come back with a rolling neck snap that takes WINDHAM down to the mat once again. Hennig showing his athletic ability as the door as the match continues. Hennig with a snapmare takes WINDHAM down to the canvas. Hennig follows that up with a standing drop kick, and that staggers WINDHAM backwards. Nobody threw a standing drop kick the way that Curt Hennig could, and he got most of that one, but not all of it. A rolling neck snap. WINDHAM still staggering backwards, but will not go down. Here's another snapmare from Hennig, And this time Wyndham is going to get to his feet, and Wyndham will fire back with an uppercut to the side of the jaw. And that staggered Hennig. Back and forth we go. Good competitive match here. Here's another attempt at an inverted atomic drop by Wyndham. And on a roll of 11, Hennig got out of that one again. Great athletic ability on the defense by Hennig. And Hennig fires back with a rolling neck snap that takes Wyndham down to the canvas. Hennig follows up with another rolling neck snap. Wyndham is hurt. Hennig with a running knee lift. Wyndham still will not go down. Great action, what a match. Another running knee lift, and this time Wyndham goes down. Wyndham is down. What's Hennig going to do here? He is going to go for the figure 4 leg lock. My goodness, not what we would have expected from Hennig. This is a choice F situation, and he needs a roll of 6 or lower to complete this one. But on a roll of 11, that ain't going to happen. Hennig is unable to complete the figure 4 leg lock as Wyndham kicks him away, and it is Wyndham with another knee drop. Hennig firing back with a chop to the chest. Back comes Wyndham. Wyndham with another knee drop. Hennig fires back with a series of punches. Wyndham with another whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. Perfect, and on a roll of 5. Let's see, ropes A5 is a Wyndham sets himself too soon, and Hennig grabs him and hits him with an awesome pile driver. How about that move? Hennig is going to go for the finish. He's going for the Hennigplex here after that pile driver. The pin roll is a 2-4-6 or lower. And on a roll of 8, Wyndham kicks out. Wow, that was a close call as J.J. Dillon is beside himself at ringside. What's Hennig going to do now? He goes to the axe. He goes for the cover. The pin roll here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Wyndham just got that right shoulder up. Wyndham clinging to his Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. SoCal Val at ringside cheering on her man as Hennig is going to pitch Wyndham out of the ring. I don't know about this strategy, but let's see what's going to happen here. And on a roll of 3, that is bad news for Hennig. Wyndham grabs Hennig by the leg, drags him out of the ring, and smashes him face first into the steel turnbuckle at ringside. Tactical error there by Hennig as Wyndham gets out of the ring and makes him pay. Wyndham now follows that up with a death jump. Off the top rope comes Wyndham, and on a roll of 7, he nails a flying clothesline off the top turnbuckle. Now we've got Wyndham in control. Out of the ring we go again. And on a roll of 7, that is the helpless crawl. Hennig gets a pep talk from SoCal Val as Wyndham remains in the ring and catches a breather. And just ahead of the count of 10, Hennig rolls back into the ring where the match will continue. And now Hennig is going to be placed up on the top rope. Wyndham comes off with the Sweetwater suplex up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Wyndham goes for the cover. The pin roll is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 3, he got him. Barry Wyndham, after a tremendous battle, has successfully defended the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship with the Sweetwater Superplex. What a battle we have seen, as both these men and both their managers put everything they had into this match. Congratulations to Barry Wyndham, who has successfully defended the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. A tremendous battle here at Dawn of Destiny 21, and we have got more action yet to come, as if we haven't seen enough yet. Next up is the annual Money in the Bank ladder match, brought to you by the Independent Superstars of West Coast Championship Wrestling. We will see Mikey Whipwreck. We will see Chris Jericho. We will see Matt Riddle, the King of Bros. We will see Bryan Danielson Too Cold Scorpio, and last year's winner Adam Cole. These 6 men will compete for the Money in the Bank contract at the top of the ladder. And the winner of this match will get a West Coast Championship Wrestling title match against the current champion Nick Aldis. So these guys are ready for action. This yellow dice tray will be used to represent the ladder. We've been doing some remodeling here, and I do not have my play cup that I used last year for the ladder. So this time we will use the ladder when it's the dice tray when it's up in the vertical position like this. That means the ladder is set up, and if the ladder is knocked down, we will put the dice tray back down. The rules of this match are very simple. It is conducted using Battle Royal rules, which means that we focus on 2 wrestlers at a time and assume that the remainder of the wrestlers are battling it out. And the 2 wrestlers will battle until there is a conclusion to their battle. If one wrestler gains control and hits a roll of 6 on offense, they can go to either the tables chart or the chairs chart and attack their opponent with a table or a chair. Based upon what happens on the tables chart or the chairs chart, that can take one to the ladders chart, or one can go to the ladder chart if they hit a finisher or their opponent hits the pin rating. Once we get into the ladder chart, there are 2 ladder charts. One is the set up ladder chart, which determines whether the ladder goes up or down. And if the ladder is up, the wrestler can attempt to climb the ladder and capture the contract. Each wrestler in the match gets 1 opportunity at a save when the ladder chart is being climbed. And there is only 1 save attempt per attempt at climbing the ladder. If the wrestler successfully climbs the ladder and retrieves the contract, that will be your winner. So I hope that was all perfectly clear. This is a homemade chart, made this myself. And we will start things off here. I will use the dice tray here to determine the action, and I'll use the dice outside the tray to determine which wrestlers are going to be involved. And the action will start with Too Cold Scorpio and Adam Cole. Last year's winner, Adam Cole, squaring off with Too Cold Scorpio as we get the match started here. And nothing happens between these 2. The initiative roll is tied, so we go to the next pairing, which will be Bryan Danielson and Matt Riddle. Who wouldn't like to see these 2 square off in a real match these days? 2 very fine performers here. And it is another tie, so we go on to the next pairing, which is Mikey Whipwreck and Chris Jericho. These 2 probably battled it out in the old ECW days. And it is Mikey Whipwreck who starts off in control with a flying head scissors that takes Jericho over and down. Jericho is hurt. Mikey Whipwreck will follow up with a Russian leg sweep attempt. He needs a choice roll to hit this one. He'll need a roll of 9 or lower to make that happen. And on a roll of 10, Jericho gets out of that one, and action will restart. 6, okay. And this time it will be Matt Riddle and Too Cold Scorpio squaring off. Squaring off here, and this time it is Scorpio who gets control. And Scorpio with a knee lift, and that nails Riddle. But Riddle fires back, and Riddle hits the springboard knee strike, and that staggers Too Cold Scorpio. Both these flyers going at it here. And Riddle follows up with a series of rolling gut-wrench suplexes. Scorpio is hurt, and Riddle is going to follow that up with a cross arm breaker. He will need a roll of 10 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 8, he hits it. And Scorpio is hurt. Riddle now is going to go to the... he's going to go to a chart roll, as he has gotten the best of Scorpio here. And on a roll of 2, he's going to go to the tables chart. What's Riddle going to do on the tables chart? He rolls a 6. You attempt to put the opponent through the table, but he slips away. You alertly kick him in the stomach. So Riddle kicks Scorpio in the stomach and delivers a stunning DDT to Scorpio. And down goes Scorpio on the DDT. Riddle is going to follow that up with a Fisherman's Buster. And that takes Scorpio down. And this time it is going to be Riddle going for the steel chair. And on a roll of 11, Riddle brings the chair into the ring and blasts Scorpio. And Scorpio takes a point of fatigue. I track the fatigue here separately. And the fatigue will come into play when the pin saves attempts are taking place. So Scorpio takes a point of fatigue. And Riddle can now roll on the ladders table after blasting Scorpio with a steel chair. On a roll of 3, it is a disaster. Riddle picks up the ladder, but Scorpio drop kicks the ladder and knocks Riddle out of the ring. And that costs Riddle a point of fatigue. So Riddle the first one to go for the ladder, but he gets nailed by a drop kick from Scorpio into the ladder, and that sends Riddle tumbling out of the ring. And takes us to our next competitors, which will be Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. There is no love lost between these two. These two have been battling through West Coast Championship Wrestling since the beginning of the year 2020. So no love lost here. And it is Adam Cole who takes the first control. Cole with an arm drag takes Jericho down to the mat. Cole is going to follow that up with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Jericho. But on a roll of 5, that is a kick from Jericho into the ribs of Cole. And that puts Jericho in control. Jericho with a double power bomb up and down hard. And that sends Cole tumbling out of the ring. Jericho has the opportunity now to go to the chairs chart. Jericho is going to come after Adam Cole with a steel chair. No surprises here. But it is Adam Cole who drop kicks the chair, and it smashes into the face of Jericho. Jericho takes a point of fatigue there. Now that happened on the outside of the ring on the infield grass. So Cole does not have the ability to go to the ladder chart after that. And we will go to our next pairing of Mikey Whipwreck and Bryan Danielson. It is Danielson who takes control here. Danielson with a rolling elbow smacks into the side of the head of Mikey Whipwreck, and Mikey goes down. Danielson quickly has the opportunity to go for a steel chair. And on a roll of 7, the two men are going to battle over the steel chair. And on a roll of even, it is Danielson who pulls the chair away from Mikey Whipwreck. And now they're still battling over the chair. This time Mikey grabs the chair away. And on a roll of 4, Mikey gets ready to swing the chair, but Danielson alertly catches Whipwreck with a spear. Both men tumble out of the ring and the match will continue. Danielson saved himself a chair shot there, hitting a running spear onto his opponent, Mikey Whipwreck, to take both men out of the ring. In the ring now will be Jericho getting back into it against Adam Cole this time. Jericho and Cole. Cole gets the advantage. Cole comes with a flying clothesline. But Jericho is going to reverse that, and Jericho hits a series of right-hand punches. Cole fires back. Running knee smash from Adam Cole. He's going to need a Chart roll to connect on that one. Excuse me, that is a choice roll. And instead, Cole is going to go with a, Cole's going to attempt the running knee smash here. He needs a 6 or lower to hit it, and he is not successful. He misses that roll, and these two men continue to battle it out on the side of the ring. Up next will be Too Cold Scorpio and Matt Riddle. These two are going to go at it. And on a tied roll, nothing happens there. We go to Brian Danielson and Mikey Whipwreck. And on another tie roll, it is going to be a Highlight Center booklet match from the. We're just making this up as we go along. It's a fun match. It is going to be the Highlight Center booklet from Face to the Mat. And it is going to be Danielson who goes to the wild card results. And on a roll of 33, is Danielson powerful? No, he is not. So he is thrown out of the ring, and that puts Mikey Whipwreck in control. We're going to give Mikey Whipwreck the opportunity to go to the tables chart here. What's Mikey going to do? On a roll of 8, he grabs the table. He picks up Danielson and power bombs him through the table. Oh my goodness, a big move by Mikey Whipwreck, and Danielson has been put through the table. Mikey now has a chance to go to the ladder chart. Can Mikey Whipwreck pull the upset here? On a roll of 7, Mikey Whipwreck brings the ladder into the ring, and Danielson is going to try and take it away from him. And this takes us to the gut check roll. Danielson in the gray, Mikey in the blue. And let's see, that's a 3, that's also a 3. So the gut check roll is tied, and they continue to battle over the ladder. So the ladder is in the ring. Danielson and Mikey are battling over it. And this time it is Danielson who wins the gut check roll. And Danielson will have a chance to set up the ladder. On a roll of 10, Danielson sets up the ladder successfully. Danielson goes to the climb the ladder chart. The ladder is up, and Danielson is trying to climb, opposed by Whipwreck. And on a roll of 12, Danielson knocks Whipwreck down off of the ladder. Danielson making his way up the ladder. Who's going to come in for the save opportunity? It is Too Cold Scorpio coming for the save opportunity. The save roll is 10 minus the cage plus fatigue. So Scorpio has to roll a 5 or lower to make the save here, or Danielson's going to win this match. And he doesn't get there. Scorpio, by virtue of, did I do that right? It is, yeah, it is 10 minus the gut check. So just like that, Brian Danielson floors Mikey Whipwreck with the ladder, sets it up successfully, and Brian Danielson has won the Money in the Bank ladder match. That match still needs some play testing, but Danielson is your winner, and he will move on to face Nick Aldis for the West Coast Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, Danielson got the best of Mikey Whipwreck, took the ladder away from him, and was able to set it up successfully and climb the ladder, avoid the save attempt by Too Cold Scorpio, and Brian Danielson is your winner. How about that? Here's Philip Reynolds. Hey Dave, did you see my new video? I have not seen your new video yet, Phil. What is the subject of your new video? Tell me about it in the chat, and we will get a chance to hopefully check that out. So congratulations to Brian Danielson. He is your winner, and he is your Money in the Bank contract holder, and he will move on to face Nick Aldis for the West Coast Heavyweight Championship. Love to see that match between two very, very solid in-ring technicians. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. as the Nature Boy Ric Flair will defend the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the Great Muta. Muta, a very dangerous opponent. It is a very dangerous opponent, and Gary Hart is a very devious manager. And once again, James J. Dillon is going to have his hands full here. It's an Abiding in Christ video. How do you respond to the cross? Great, Philip. I'm very much looking forward to checking that one out this Easter weekend. Thank you for sharing that with us. As the Nature Boy is on his way to ringside. Here he is. Forgot to pull his card from the stack. And these two men, Ric Flair and the Great Muta, tremendous wrestlers, fixing to square off for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship here in tonight's main event at Dawn of Destiny 2021. As Thomas Morgan at ringside says, "Woo!" And I will second that sentiment. Ric Flair has been a tremendous NWA World Heavyweight champion, but he has got his work cut out for him tonight against the very dangerous Great Muta. Once again, we'll set up the usage tokens for the managers. As their men come into the ring and prepare to do battle. This will be one for the ages, Flair and Muta. And the opening initiative roll goes to the Nature Boy. And Flair comes out with a hip toss, takes Muta up, over, and down to the canvas. Flair has the power advantage, and Muta has the speed advantage in this match. But Muta is going to fire back and whip Ric Flair into the ropes. Off the ropes comes the Nature Boy, but oh, on a roll of 8, it is Muta who gets the jump on the Nature Boy and knocks him down to the canvas with a running back elbow. Muta taking control early. Thomas Morgan keeping his eye on Gary Hart at ringside. As Muta goes with a handspring elbow, crashing into Flair at the turnbuckle. Flair is staggered. He takes 2 steps out into the center of the ring and falls flat on his face after the handspring elbow by Muta. Muta is going to go now for a German suplex. That requires a choice roll. He can either go to the death jump chart or to the power chart. So Muta's going to go to the death jump chart as he attempts to hit this German suplex. Muta to the death jump chart. The roll is 11, and that is a big one as Muta goes for the German suplex. There is a struggle in the center of the ring, but by virtue of the superior agility, it is Muta who is able to get Flair up, over, and down hard to the canvas. Flair is down. Muta is in control. Very good start to this match for the Great Muta. And Muta is going to go for a bridging chinlock, that painful submission maneuver. Flair works his way out of that one. Muta still in control, and Muta with a jumping spin kick nails the Nature Boy. Goodness gracious, Flair is down once again after that jumping spin kick. And Muta is going to go to the moonsault. That's a +2 finisher. On a roll of 3 or lower, we've got a new World Heavyweight Champion. And oh, on a roll of 5, Flair just kicks out of that one. How about that? Ric Flair is in trouble early in this match as the Great Muta has come out with a flurry. Gary Hart very excited at ringside, cheering on his man as Muta comes back with a backbreaker. Flair finally gets slowly to his feet, and another jumping spin kick nails Flair in the ribs. Boy, Flair is sucking wind early in this match as another handspring elbow takes Flair down to the canvas again. My goodness, Muta is doing everything he can do to start this match ablaze. And here is another moonsault from Muta. This time the pin roll is 4 or lower. I don't know whether you use a distraction here. I tend to wait until the pin roll is 5, but with the World Championship on the line, What do you think, guys? Do we use one of the distraction rolls here on a 4 or lower, or do we show confidence in our man? MUTA is devastating. I'm going to play my usual house rules and hold off on the pin save attempt, unless I hear from somebody in the chat room sooner. The pin roll is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 8 it doesn't matter. JJ does not use the pin save. Flair kicks out of the pin, and the match continues. What's MUTA going to do now? A power drive elbow coming off the ropes, and Flair is going to take a powder. Flair leaves the ring, and we have got action now on the infield grass. But on a roll of 11, that is bad news for Flair, as MUTA comes out of the ring and blasts Flair with an object like a steel chair. MUTA picks up one of the steel chairs that was left over from the ladder match and waffles Flair with it. We may see a disqualification here, but on a roll of 8, the match is allowed to continue. MUTA still in control. MUTA is going to go with another bridging chinlock, and Flair is going to go out of the ring again. Watch out for the mist, says Thomas Morgan. There is a way to use the mist. I usually save that for more desperate circumstances. But we may give that a try here if it would lead MUTA to the championship. And now I have forgotten what just happened. Flair just left the ring. Okay, that is the second out of the ring, so we may see some shenanigans here. But on a roll of 6, the match will continue according to the standard out of the ring chart. And on a roll of 4, that is Flair taking control. Flair grabs MUTA by the leg, drags him out of the ring, and smashes his leg into the steel post. Flair finally getting some offense established here. What's Flair going to do now? He goes to the knee clip. He takes out the knee of MUTA. This is Flair using that injured knee mechanic, and he now has scored 1 injury to the knee of the Great MUTA. And each injury to the knee of the opponent adds 1 to the finishing hold for the figure 4 leg lock, and that's what we use the 4-sided die for. So MUTA is still at full cardio, but if he gets caught in the figure 4, the pin rating goes up 1. Flair stays in control, and Flair is going to go to the knee clip again. That is a second knee clip. He's going to go for a cover this time just to annoy MUTA, and on a roll of 6, MUTA easily kicks out of that, but that does cost him a point of fatigue. So Flair now taking control with his dirty tricks. He goes to the sleeper hold. Flair goes to the sleeper hold. What's MUTA going to do? That's actually a choice H, which will take us to the death jump chart. MUTA goes to one knee. Flair goes to the top turnbuckle. Flair off the turnbuckle, and on a roll of 6, he nails the death jump. A flying clothesline from Ric Flair puts MUTA down to the canvas. Let's go, Flair, says Thomas Morgan. As the Nature Boy is going to go to another knee clip. That is 3 injuries to the knee of MUTA, and he is limping noticeably. Flair coming back now with a butt drop across the leg, and another wound to the knee of MUTA. He is at the full 4 knee injuries now, and MUTA is limping around that ring in considerable pain. What's Flair going to do now? Flair goes for a reverse atomic drop. That is a choice F. And that's going to require a power roll of 7 or lower to hit this. And on a roll of 5, he connects. And MUTA is hurt. And MUTA doesn't have a leg to stand on. As Flair comes in with another butt drop across the leg. But this time MUTA with the reversal. MUTA comes back and whips Flair into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Nature Boy. And on a roll of 9, it is a big kick by MUTA that nails the Nature Boy and puts MUTA back in control. MUTA was able to use the good leg to score with that kick to FLAIR. And MUTA back in control now at level 2. And here's another handspring elbow. He didn't get all of it, as MUTA has been staggered. Hart cheering on his man at ringside as MUTA follows up with the nerve claw, trying to slow things down here, clawing into the trapezius and into the neck nerves of Ric Flair. Flair showing some pain as he staggers to his feet. And this time it is Flair who tries for the hip toss. Up, over, and down to the canvas goes MUTA. But MUTA is first back to his feet. And MUTA, with a jumping spin kick, nails the Nature Boy. Didn't have the impact of the kicks earlier in the match as the Nature Boy staggers to his feet. And it's going to be another handspring elbow from MUTA. He nails Flair with this one, and Flair is going to go out of the ring. Out of the ring we go. And on a roll of 7, that is the best man wins roll. Both these men are A-rated on the ring floor, and that means MUTA, who is the wrestler on offense, wins the brawl. MUTA in control. He's going to go for that bridging chin lock, and he's got Flair grounded. MUTA wearing down Flair and trying to keep this match on the mat for the time being, as MUTA is favoring that injured knee. And this time it's going to be another death jump attempt for the great MUTA. MUTA up to the top turnbuckle as Flair is slow to get to his feet. And on a roll of 7, MUTA comes off with a flying body press and nails the Nature Boy. Boy, MUTA is giving the Nature Boy all he can manage here tonight in this title defense. A very good match here at Dawn of Destiny 2021. Here's a power drive elbow from MUTA that stuns Flair. MUTA follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Nature Boy. And on a roll of 8, it is a big kick from MUTA that stuns the Nature Boy. Both Hart and DILLON looking on at ringside. Usually the managers will get involved when one of their respective wrestlers gets their third fatigue token. Although in MUTA's case, we'll count this as a fatigue token. So the next time there's a pin attempt, there will be managerial involvement. MUTA comes off with another whip to the turnbuckle. Flair comes off the turnbuckle. And this time on a roll of 3, it is MUTA charging at Flair in the corner. But Flair moves aside, and MUTA crashes out of the ring. MUTA hit the turnbuckle and crashed out to the arena floor. Action will go to the arena floor. And on a roll of 7, that is the best man wins roll again. This time it is Flair in control, and Flair who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Flair goes to the pinfall using the ropes. MUTA rolls back into the ring. Flair puts his shoulders on the canvas and tries to keep him down. It's going to take a 4 or lower, and on a roll of 8, MUTA kicks out of that one, but Gary Hart has seen enough. And Gary Hart is going to go to the Hart Manager card, the Green Mist. It's going to be the Green Mist from the Great MUTA. Let's see what happens here. On a roll of 6, Hart distracts the referee. The Green Mist is unleashed. The opponent is disoriented. MUTA takes over on level 3 offense. So MUTA hits the Green Mist, and he regains control of this match. J.J. Dillon is beside himself as MUTA goes with a power drive elbow. Flair is out of the ring. He is blinded. And J.J. Dillon is going to get involved at this point. We go to the manager interference chart. The manager interference chart. That is this one. And on a roll of 8, the manager attacks the opponent. Roll disqualification 4. There is not a disqualification. So the opponent fights off the attack and throws the manager out of the ring. And the opponent stays on level 3 offense. So MUTA puts J.J. Dillon off of the ring apron, and MUTA maintains control after Dillon's inability to interfere on behalf of his man. MUTA is going to go for the death jump. What an exciting match we're seeing. And on a roll of 10 on the death jump chart, that is the agility struggle. MUTA wins the agility struggle, and he slams Ric Flair off the turnbuckle and down to the canvas. MUTA remains in control. He's going to go for a backbreaker. Flair is hurt. MUTA follows up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Nature Boy. On a roll of 7, it is a big kick from MUTA, and MUTA keeps control. MUTA with a nerve claw, once again weakening the Nature Boy. Both these men have reached their limits of fatigue. Both managers looking on as J.J. Dillon gets back to his feet and straightens up his sport coat. And it is MUTA with a jumping spin kick that sends Ric Flair down to the canvas again. And MUTA rolls the out of the ring, but he is going to keep the action in the ring, and he is going to come up and hit a reverse mule kick on Ric Flair. That is the choice C. So he needs a 6 or lower to hit that, and he is unable to connect, and that gives Flair the opportunity for another butt drop across the leg, and MUTA is staggered. Flair follows up with another drop across the leg, and MUTA goes down. Flair goes to the out of the ring roll, and here we go out to the arena floor once again. Yeah. As I am getting too excited here, and on a roll of 9, that is Flair who wins the brawl on the arena floor. And MUTA is forced to be pitched back into the ring with Flair in control. Flair's going to go for a suplex. Up and down to the canvas goes MUTA. But MUTA gets to his feet. Both men battling it out here. Flair with a somersault knee drop onto the head of MUTA. And now it's MUTA who chooses to roll out of the ring. Will we see shenanigans here? Not on a roll of 5. MUTA's going to roll on the standard out of the ring chart, if I can keep the dice in the tray. And on a roll of 8, that is the helpless crawl. Flair waits in the ring, and MUTA has to crawl back into the ring. And now Flair is going to go with another shot to the knee, and MUTA is hurt. Another knee drop from Flair. He's going to go for a cover here. The pin roll is 5. Hart's going to go for a distraction, and on a roll of 5, the distraction is successful. And the match will continue as the referee is unable to complete the 3 count. But Flair is in control here, and MUTA is hurt. As we go to the out of the ring chart again. Goodness gracious, MUTA out of the ring. And again, the helpless crawl. MUTA has to limp his way back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. And Flair is going to go for that pinfall using the ropes. Flair with a hand on the ropes. The pin is a 6 or lower. And on a roll of 7, MUTA just got out of that one. Oh my goodness. Flair tried to use the ropes to score the pinfall, and the referee just caught him as MUTA barely got the shoulder up. And now we go to school. Now we go to school. Flair with the figure 4. Gary Hart is down at ringside as James J. Dillon goes across the ring and slugs Gary Hart. The knee of MUTA is injured. The pin roll is a 7 or lower, will be a submission. And on a roll of 9, MUTA manages to survive. I do not believe it. MUTA somehow survives the figure 4 leg lock. Makes it to the ropes. As Hart is unable to interfere. What's Flair going to do now? He goes to another suplex, and down goes MUTA to the canvas. MUTA back up. Flair with a knee breaker. He's going to go for the pin attempt here after the knee breaker. And finally, on a roll of 8, he gets the pin. Oh my goodness, what a match we have seen. Flair did everything he could before winning that with the knee breaker. Your winner and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion by way of the knee breaker, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. What a contest we have seen here tonight for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Your winner and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo, says Thomas Morgan at ringside. So thank you to Thomas, to Philip Reynolds. Brandon Baker was here. Captain Carl was here. Dave Gardner stopped by. Al Red Sox fan stopped by on his way to celebrate Easter. To those of you who celebrate Easter, have a blessed weekend. And we will be back on the channel tomorrow with my journey with Jesus. And thank you to everyone for checking out tonight's Dawn of Destiny. No title changes tonight, believe it or not, except for the ladies' championship that took place prior to the broadcast. But Bobo Brazil successful in his title defense. Barrett Windham successful in his title defense. Good night for James J. Dillon and the Horsemen. And Flair winning in the main event with a knee breaker to put MUTA down for the 3 count after MUTA gave Flair a tremendous battle in tonight's main event. So thank you everybody for coming out tonight. That's our stream, and I am out of here.